Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create this faux 3D interactive landscape house scene, and this is a lot of fun and it's actually quite easy to create, so let's get cracking. So I've got this artboard here and there's nothing special happening here. It's just a bunch of shapes for the mountains and all the hills. These are rather hills. And then there's a little house that I designed. And the first thing we're going to do is let's create the perspective for the house. So I'm going to go and create a new timeline, and I'm going to call this, let's call it perspective. And then what I'm going to do is let's work on the house first. So I'm going to go to the side here. And I'm going to put a keyframe on the X scale. And then I'm also going to put a keyframe on the one that says front on the X scale. And then now we want to go here to the end of the timeline and the side. We're going to bring this in to, let's make it 25%. And then the front, we're going to drag it out. See, in the front is basically the anchor point is here on the right side. So we can just zoom in here and we can just line it up. I think let's go for something like 132, maybe 131, sort of nudging it 130. Let's go to 130. Okay, that's cool. So that's basically, if I scrub through the timeline, you can see this is what happens. Now we need to animate the roof as well. The roof is very easy. So we just go to edit vertices with the roof selected and say key all vertices. Go to the end of your timeline and let's just line these up here and then bring this one over here. And then this one needs to come out because we want this shape to be similar to this shape. The angle should be similar. And something like that I think should be fine. Okay, cool. That's our house done. Let's just go to artboard, press F2 to frame everything, and let's have a look at our house. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, now we just need to work on the environment. So I'm just going to close everything off here. I'm going to take all of these mountains and I'm just going to select them, holding in control, and then I'm just going to put a position X keyframe on all of them, and then I'm going to go to the end. Let's start with the front one first. So this one, because this one is in front, we've got this thing called Parallax, so this one's going to move the most. And this one should move towards this direction. And it's going to move the most. And then we've got our second layer here, which is this one here. And this one will move in the opposite direction. And it will also move quite a bit. And then we've got our third layer here. I mean, obviously you can tweak these, spend as much time, but for the demonstration purposes I'm just gonna roughly go through it, and this one will move that direction. So let's see what we've got so far. Okay, that's fine. Then we've got this one. This one's gonna move in, but it's gonna move a bit less. This one's also gonna move in that direction, and then this one's gonna move inwards like that, and then this one is going to move left, but it's going to move because it's in the back, it's not going to move as much, as maybe just a touch there. And then the sun, we can maybe, let's just put a keyframe on the sun, and the sun we can maybe just move a little bit. So this is what we've got. So this is our perspective. I mean, obviously you can tweak this a bit more. I think this one is moving a bit too much. But this is fine for now, and maybe this one can move a little bit more. Okay, cool. Before we continue, I want to tell you about our sponsor for today. Our sponsor for today is drumroll, none other than myself. I've created this course called Rive Rockstar, which is a 17-hour-long Rive course, and it's probably the most comprehensive Rive course out there. It includes everything from animation principles up to advanced concepts such as data binding and state machines. Let me show you quickly some of the stuff we'll be creating in this course, just a few samples. We even have some interactive Blender animations, and we also have this arcade game that we're going to create. So, go to riverockstar.com now and come join me on the journey of your life. So, let's work on the interactivity. Going to create a rectangle. And let's make it the size of the artboard, which is, I think, 600 by 800. It's actually 500 by 800. And then we just center it. Actually 500 by 600, I think. No, 700. Sorry, I can't think today. Okay, that's fine. Just center everything, and then we just take the color off there, and we can call this one hitbox HB. Go into animate. First, before we go into animate mode, we need to add G for a group, and just call this one tracker. And what you do with this one is make the group a target, and then press J for joystick. Create a joystick here at the top, say draw in world space, make it 500. And then for the x-axis, link our perspective here. And then we need a handle source. So press G and just create a handle source there. And just make this also a target and call this handle source or whatever you want to call it. And go here. And the handle source, pick this one here. Okay. And now we just have two more steps to do. The first thing, let's go to the state machine. And let's create a, let's select our hitbox and create a listener. Make it pointer move. And here, down here, align target. For the target, select tracker. Now it's gonna, if we move the pointer, it's gonna align to this tracker. And now the last thing we need to do is we need to go to the handle source, add a constraint here, translation constraint. Important, keep offset, and the target would be the tracker. So now this handle source follows the tracker. So let's see if everything works. Okay, perfectly. So that's working perfectly. So that's how you create a faux 3D house in Rive. And then obviously you can add additional animations, maybe add a chimney with smoke and whatever you want, and just tweak these mountains a bit more. So just to recap, you create a hitbox, and then you create a group which is going to be your mouse tracker, or a target that's going to be your mouse tracker. Your joystick, you link it to your perspective, and then you add a handle source, and the handle source is connected with a translation constraint to the tracker. And that is, in a nutshell, how you do it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed this one.